Hi, I'm Kenney Baden, and this is the Law and Crime Network. As you know, we are live in the case of Florida versus Nicole Nachman. We have a psychotherapist on the stand right now. Her name is Dr. Hyde. She's on direct testimony. Let's listen. So that's Dr. Kathleen Hyde. She is still on direct testimony. She just gave an opinion that Nicole Nachman, in her opinion, has always been insane. That is, met the legal standards in Florida. I'd like to bring my guest in, Julie Rendelman. Julie, she just issued, apparently she was in depositions, and as we know in Florida in criminal cases there are depositions. And apparently there was some confusion, the defense thought, in her deposition, and she clarified that she always thought Nicole Nachman was insane, that she knew that murder was wrong, but that she really didn't understand the consequences of her actions. What say you, given the evidence so far?
Look, I mean, certainly this was a troubled individual. I think one of the problems they're going to have is there seems to be a lot of actions on her part that indicate she did know what she was doing was wrong, including some of the things she told people and then some of the actions in between. So I think it's going to be interesting what happens with regards to
But they're conceding that. They're conceding that she knew that murder was wrong, but they're saying is the consequences of what happened, she wasn't sure because she still thought her mother was in her brain for 6 months controlling everything.
But I don't think that the evidence necessarily bears that out. I think that there were comments made to I think her brother at one point, I think after the incident, or talking about the noises in her ear.
Head, right.
But I don't think that, that the evidence, including, the roommate that she lived with, that bears out that she was to the level that would make her not responsible for this type of crime.
So I had a guest on yesterday, Jason Sheffield from Georgia, and he made the closing argument. He said, look, the mother put poison in her brain. This girl had poison in her brain who couldn't get out. It caused her to kill her mother. But you know what? We'll continue that because guess what? Court's back live. To the Law and Crime Network. As I said, I'm Kenney Baden, and boy, what a week, what a day, what a yesterday, what a morning we've had. Let me just bring you up to date. We have 3 trials that we are covering. We have the case of Nicole Nachman. She is in Florida. She is accused of murdering her stepdad and her mom. They're currently in a 15-minute break while they prep the witness, the defense witness, actually, Dr. Kathleen Hyde, for cross-examination. And then we have the case also in Florida of State versus Gran Amato, and they are in verdict watch. There he is on the screen. He's accused of killing most members of his family, mom, dad, bro man, because he was obsessed with Sylvia, in our words, a camera woman from, not a camera woman, a camera person, a camera porn model, let's put it straight, from Bulgaria, allegedly. And he's on trial for that double homicide in Florida. And then we moved our cameras up to the case of State versus Rosenbaum. And the jury is in verdict watch, but there have been fireworks today and yesterday in Georgia, where allegedly a reporter from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution approached a juror with a badge on, right, and engaged in conduct. And the Atlanta reporter has denied that she did anything more than niceties, talk niceties to the jury, like, hello, how are you, how's it going, did you have your breakfast this morning? But the juror said that she said more. So what's happening right now? Actually, this morning, the judge, after denying several mistrial motions, the defense, Corin Mull, came back with a big mistrial motion. Let's listen, because if you listen carefully, Law and Crime will be mentioned. Okay, so I'm teasing you a little bit in that was the actual reporter being questioned by the judge in a courtroom for disobeying his order, which could land most reporters in contempt. We'll talk about Law and Crime and our mention later on. But I'd like to introduce my guest for the day, and I am so pleased to have on the air, we met 2 weeks ago by Skype on the air, Ecleynne. Mercy Ecleynne actually flew in from Georgia, from Atlanta, Georgia. So she knows the Georgia law in the Rosenbaum case, and she will talk about it with us. And of course, the incomparable, I mean, just amazing, Julie Rendelman, who used to be at the Manhattan DA's office, but now has come down to the Brooklyn, I'm sorry, but Brooklyn's not so bad, but now has come down to the good side of being a defense attorney, and because she knows so much, she can prosecute those, she can defend those themes. So, Ecleynne, we have Judge Amaro here. Yeah. I am told that he is a no-nonsense judge. Why did he not hold the reporter in a contempt hearing or admonish her instead of kind of like letting her go?
No, he needed to make it known for all the reporters. So that is why he's doing it in public, making it known. That type of communication should not be. I'm surprised she's not in jail. I'm really shocked.
Okay.
I'm actually shocked because Judge Amaro does not play. He does not play with trials. He does not play with, especially trials like this. He does not play. And the fact that she's not in a holding cell, it actually shocks me.
Well, Julie, let me just tell you that the judge moved eventually the juror to an alternate juror spot, right? Now, why does the juror who's self-reported almost get punished and the reporter then not get punished? I mean, would jurors self-report if they think they're going to be taken off the case now?
Well, I don't know that it's a punishment that he's taken off that the juror's taken off the case. I think it only matters what's fair to the defendant and the prosecution.
Okay.
And so the reporting of it, I think the fact that he knows now or has this experience, I think may, from both perspectives, have jaded him in terms of kind of having this relationship or having some contact with someone outside that he wasn't supposed to have contact with. It's great that he reported it. I agree with you. I don't understand why the judge didn't punish, simply reprimanding the reporters is not enough, especially for a high publicity case.
Well, that could happen. So let's listen. Now we're going to hear the Law&Crime mention, where they mention one of our guests and former hosts, Ashley Wilcott, who is a judge in Georgia. Let's listen to this motion for mistrial by defense Corinne Mill.
Panel that reviews the child death and fatality cases was staffed by Ashley Wilcott, who is a pro tem juvenile court judge. She staffed the panel and then showed up on the show that is filming this case today, Law&Crime, Crime and Law, something to that effect.
It seems like we're getting a little far afield.
Well, it's just all the different things that are happening, because this person then got on the show and said that these people are guilty, these people are responsible for what they did, and as a judge, she shouldn't be saying that.
Well, it is nice to know that everyone, including the defense, is watching the Law&Crime Network. And I'll let you in on a little secret. When we were doing the Aaron Hernandez case in Massachusetts, which you know we had the not guilty on, and I was part of the team. You know, Kathy Russon was the producer of the show. We actually followed all the media because we felt like, if they're getting some of our points, maybe the jury is getting some of our points. So the media is kind of important in this. However, don't you think it's a little bit crazy here? Let me start again with you, Ecleynne, because you came from Georgia, right? That the jury's not supposed to be watching us. They're not supposed to be looking at us. So why is she going crazy on Judge Wilcott, who we know is just a fantastic analyzer and certainly believes in the justice system?
Yeah, well, the issue is the jury never does what we tell them to do.
Oh,
there's a lot of times we tell them to just look at the facts, and they'll bring other stuff about their lives and things of that nature, because it's human nature. I feel that Judge Amaro did well in the sense that he punished. If he can excuse a juror,
right.
But once you start the media and start getting the media involved, now we can do media. Now we can use the media to manipulate real trials.
Well,
so I think that's what it was a thin line. So not really admonishing her. And she's already admonished. I don't think she's going to get a job for long. You are a seasoned attorney. You are a seasoned reporter, and you're asking a juror what? They're impaneled. You don't look at them. You don't do anything but report from the courthouse.
Right.
Don't talk to a juror.
Right. And I think the judge did a really smart thing, Julie. He put the juror in an alternate spot. He doesn't think he's going to need another alternate, right? Mm-hmm. And the reason I think he did that, and Michael Bryan picked up on it this morning, our great anchor. Michael, who is the demo king of Law&Crime Network, that juror now can't come to us. We can't go get here and get him on the air, and he can't talk about what the jury's talking about. But if you released him, he's got the First Amendment right to talk. So that's pretty smart, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I'm not so sure that was the reason that the judge did that. I think he was just trying to figure out in a quick way what to do with this juror. And again, just to go backtrack. I'm sorry, I have to backtrack.
That's okay.
I think that I could be wrong, but I think the attorney wasn't speaking about necessarily the jury heard it, but they were saying that Ashley Wilcott had contact with some of the jurors that were impaneled and then spoke about the case.
But through,
that was the concern.
But through her commentary here, they never accused her of commenting. They're saying through her commentary here, she could affect them because she has the stead of having a Georgia pro tem judge behind her title. They're not saying that she ever contacted the jurors.
No. They didn't say that. What they said is that she helped impanel the jury, so that therefore that there is an appearance of impropriety.
But she didn't.
I'm just saying that that's what they said. That they weren't saying that the jury was watching the show. They were more talking about. I thought that maybe I'm misunderstanding. I thought that.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. They're talking about that we are so big, okay, obviously out there, and we are, because this is where you're going to get the best legal analysis, like people like Ecleynne Mercy, who are in New York from Georgia, and Julie Rendelman, that indeed somehow we could affect. Now, how that can happen, let me tell you how it can happen. You go home at night, you're talking to your partner, or your wife, or your husband, or your kids, or your neighbor, and you know they've watched, and they said, and so that it comes out, and they get pressured by that way, right, Ecleynne?
Absolutely, because it's like pillow talk, and a Google search, a simple Google search can pull up this program, can pull up other programs, and then you see other people's analysis. So it's, again, when we're dealing with our First Amendment right to free speech and our First Amendment right for reporting, we also have to look like we also need justice for this particular case.
Right.
So it's a thin line. I think Judge Amaro did an excellent job of keeping the juror impaneled so he cannot speak, but not completely demonizing this reporter. Just putting it out there slowly. I don't know where she's going to get work, but not completely crushing her is helpful as well, because we don't want that much influence on a trial.
Well, we're going to have to take a quick break. There is so much more to discuss. Stay tuned. We have 3 trials. As you know, follow at Law&Crime Verdict for the Verdict Watch.